Welcome to the first Bansko Buzz newsletter. The title for issue number 1 is On Your Marks, Get Set, Go. On Saturday, Bansko Street Dogs celebrated their annual school sports day on the ski road in Bansko. There was lots of rivalry, fun, laughter, and of course raising funds for a good cause, Bansko Street Dogs. Some people also then spent a little bit later at Four Directions, sang and danced the night away with the DJ Taxi. So it was a pretty good day and night that everyone had there. Follow Bansko Street Dogs' Facebook page for more details and how much they raised, and for any photos that were taken on the day, they've got a few on the page there. Friday Spotlight is a place in the Bansko Notice Board group where we spotlight a business every Friday. They're usually a smaller business. This week it's New World Coffee, which is on Gotcha Delta Street. And it's another coffee shop. It's literally just what Bansko needed. Bit of a joke, but there's the coffee here is actually pretty nice. Some places, from my point of view, don't have nice coffee in town. There's a lot of a different range, obviously, of different coffee shops for different tastes and different likes. A few of the coffee shops that we spotlighted before. In here, it is a chain, so it's they've got different ones throughout Bulgaria. The place looks clean and fresh though. The staff are quite friendly and the service is quite good. If you get a chance to visit, then they've got lots of different hot and cold drinks, and they've got plant-based milk. So if you're a vegan vegetarian, then that's good. Obviously, you might not be able to have any of the gelato if you're vegan, but they've got vegan cakes. They've also got some beer, and they're open at the moment 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. You can see the full write-up about New World Coffee in the Bansko Notice Board group. Events coming up this next week. Jazz Festival is coming to town. So every year the annual Jazz Festival comes to Bansko. It starts this Saturday coming up. So that's about 6 days from today. It's a very popular festival with both locals and tourists. Tourists usually from Bulgaria that will come, but some from further afield. I've put a link in the newsletter to all the individual events that are there being performed. So during the daytime, there will be a youth and up-and-coming jazz musicians that will be performing in the park. And there's 135 artists from 18 countries who are coming to perform on the main stage, and then those are their smaller stages. On the website for the Bansko Jazz Fest. Well, I'm getting used to saying Normal Fest. I think that'll be coming up clearly in June. That's not a July-August kind of thing. So yeah, it is the Bansko Jazz Festival. On their website, they've got a load of itinerary and things about prices and after parties and stuff like that. If you want to, you can get a ticket for the seating that's in the stand just in front, and that's going to run from Saturday the 3rd until Saturday the 10th inclusive. There's also another music festival. I'm sure they're doing it potentially at the same time as the Jazz Fest so they can get more people there. That's my thoughts on it. It's a new festival. It's their Virgin year this year, so it's the first year, called Ragadugada. I think that's how you pronounce it. And there's some local DJs that you might know, Dylan K, so Dylan and Silent Citizen. That's going to take place from Friday, so the day before Jazz Fest, just for a couple of nights. But they're said to be performing until about 4 a.m. in the morning. It's kind of late. It's over towards Banyunir Piripul, and they have said that they're going to offer people to camp at the site for free. They're putting on free shuttle buses for limited times in the evening, I think it is, up until maybe 11 o'clock from Bansko town to there. There's going to be a children's playground. There's bicycles for rent. And there'll be a hot air balloon rides. I think they got 2 scheduled for that. And there are 600 seats available with a total capacity of 5,000 people at the white stage. So that's in Banya. I've put a link in there for you to see the lineup and also buy any tickets if you want to. And if you have got anyone any business or any individual you're putting together an event, don't forget you can click on this link and you can go through to and let me know. These are some posts. This is inside the notice board group, so the Bansko Buzz has germinated from the Notice Board group. I just give a little preview of what's been happening this week. So this week, the past 7 days, have been 92 posts, or new posts. There have been 366 comments and mid 2,710 reactions. That could be likes and etc. Not bothered about shares because Facebook doesn't technically give me that information. Here is a photo looking right up the River Glasney with what looks to be actually a bit of editing going on with that thingy, with that background there with the sky. This was taken by Albena Kosteva. So she submitted and she won the cover photo competition. There's a few different posts that I've highlighted this week. One is about Sunflower. They were sharing that they'd recently got some donations from Pivoteca Craft Beer Shop, the first beer shop that came into town. They got over 300 leather, and that was raised by people literally just putting their loose change in the bucket there. So if you are in Pivoteca this week, next week, whenever, especially with the Jazz Fest coming up, then feel free to drop a few lev in there. Even Statinkies, drop them in there. Mr. posted up on the board asking about importing and registering a car in the EU. Pretty sure, yep, it was from another EU country. So he needs to go to, it was then saying, can he do it at Delta CAT, or can he do it at Blagovgrad CAT? So CAT is the road traffic police where you go and register cars and you pay fines and stuff like that. Main office is in Blagovgrad because we're in the Blagovgrad region, but a lot of people like to go to Deltev. There's not as many staff there, but generally I've heard that there's not as much queuing going on. So if you're not one for queuing, then sometimes it's better to go to there. Bulgaria was at the Olympics this week, or in the past few days. Mary shared a photo of the opening ceremony when it was there in Paris, with a snapshot of the Bulgarian team. So if you want to see that, then head over to the newsletter page and click on that. Post was shared quite a bit. It reached over 40,000 people, which is quite a lot, really. You probably think most posts in the group will probably reach about 2,000-3,000 people. There were quite a lot of Bulgarians that were commenting on that page as well. So yeah, you can go over and have a look at that. Lots of different people this week have asked about where do I watch sports in Bansko. It could be anything, could be F1, Olympics, usually. Could also be any other sporting, so there could be rugby when we get into outside of the summer, right? Or even just some footy. It's a popular question, it's asked quite a lot. There's a handful of different places at the moment. Usually I would say Pivotech, Appearance 75, the station, usually they don't have the sign on, but they'll put it on for you. And then the hub, all the other three, so Pivotech, Appearance 75 and the hub will all usually have English commentary for you. So from that point of view, if you're wanting, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be BBC or anything, but usually it's going to be like a sports channel, European sports channel that's got English commentary on there. Tony wanted to know where's the best place to buy a SIM card for short stays, tourist stays in Bulgaria. There's a few different suggestions. I've used all three of those, so whether it's A1, Yetel or Vivacom, they're tourist SIM cards. They're usually limited to 30 days, usually get a bit of data or for however much you pay. So the more money you pay, the more data you get. Just need to be aware, read the comments. If you're looking for something like that, read the comments on that thread, because there are some limitations to it as well. So if you do get a data-only SIM card, usually you can't take or place calls. So that could be an issue to think of. But there were some good suggestions in that. Custom size curtains. Dilla's doing his place up and he wanted to see if there's anywhere local that he can get custom sized curtains. If you know about it, offer suggestions there. Other people have asked suggestions. So yep, about custom sized curtains. Might Rescue, they posted about the weather conditions. It might seem that it's okay at the moment, but it's generally normal for this time around July, August time for the weather to be changeable, and obviously to make sure that you've got warm clothes, a whistle track to tension, your phone's fully charged. There was a few different things that they offered, suggestion and advice, so they were actually quite good. Local news, there's a few stories this week. Bansko Town Park cleanup. The local municipality wants to encourage people to take all of their garbage and trash away with them from the local park. Obviously, with more tourists in town, there's a bit of a more emphasis on that. They do regular maintenance, but obviously they're highlighting that with the Jazz Fest, they are saying that obviously people do pay the local taxes, etc., and there's tourist tax, or I think it's coming in. So obviously they're saying that they've got cleaners out there and they've got specialist ones, but just to be aware that they encourage people to take the trash home anyway. Bansko Film Fest was just on recently. It happened last weekend, or this weekend. It depends when you're listening to this recording, really, isn't it? So they showed a few people. They showed some films in the square. Obviously, it's not the main one. It's just because the summertime. Main one is scheduled for November time. So when that comes, I'll give you a heads up about it. I just then linked in the newsletter. You can see just here. You can click on that link and you can go through and have a look at all of the information and what was happening there, etc. Road resurfacing, there's a few different resurfacing projects that are going on, or a handful of roads by the local municipality. They want to improve the town ready for winter season. Piran Street's off down at Banary, which is just past the turn to Vetnia Vikashta, up to Piran Centre 5, they're pedestrian, all of that. So they're digging it up. So if you go into anywhere like 5M or anywhere around there, then all the way up there, they're going to be pedestrianising that. Still doing it. Not sure when they're going to be done. Doubt they'll be done by the end of summer, but we will see. And then Zahari Stoyanov Street. That one is one of them. This one, I think, is near down co-live in Bansko, co-work in Bansko, you know, the new place. I think it's down there. Solon Street is the one next to Grosh Supermarket. So you've got... So maybe this one, Zahari one, is the one by Grosh Supermarket. So you've got Solon Street or Thessaloniki Street. That's the one that's parallel to Grosh Supermarket. That's why it's near Gladiator Gym and the Jiu-Jitsu Gym on Moscovica. And they're saying that they're expected to be finished around September, October. So way after summer, but hopefully in plenty of time for ski season in December. This week's weather. So I thought I'd include a little bit of weather so you can see what's happening with the weather in Bansko. Looks like it's still going to stay quite warm this week, which is what it is. You know, it's summertime, so it's going to be what it is. It's a little bit warm at night times as well. So, you know, what can you do? And thank you very much. Thank you for subscribing to the Bansko Buzz newsletter. With anything new, it's going to literally be a finding our feet scenario. Over the next few weeks and months. It's a completely new thing to have a weekly newsletter in Bansko. Never seen it before, so literally you'll see some changes going on in the newsletter over the next few weeks and couple of months. It's always going to hit your inbox now by 9 p.m. Bansko time on a Sunday. So when you're there Sunday evening, you've not got much to do and you're planning your next week, then you will be able to just flick through whatever the news is that's coming up, whatever's going to be available, you know, what events are going to be happening and stuff like that, and what's been happening. Maybe there might be some juicy stories that are coming up, you know. So share the letter with people that you know. If you're watching this on YouTube or you're listening to it on any of the different platforms, then go to banskobuzz.com, www.banskobuzz.com, any of that, or just Google banskobuzz.com. If you think there's any event or news story that should be included in the Bansko Buzz for next week, then head over to banskobuzz.com. There's a link at the bottom of the website where you can then click on it. It'll go through to this link, it'll go through and you can submit your information. And don't forget to sign up at banskobuzz.com.